Mahlzeit, Freunde! Welcome to my channel. I'm Jessica from Winterstrom Art. That's my name, not the art part, but the Winterstrom one. Today we're gonna dive into a topic that can completely change your art journey. Letting go of expectations and embracing playful, fun experimentation in your artwork. Fluidart is all about the flow. It's about movement. It's about being spontaneous. You have to be in the moment, see what the paint is doing, and react to it. Yeah, you can just let everything happen the way the paint wants it to, but where's the aspect of you in that, other than picking the colors and picking your technique? And sometimes we get caught up in being the boss of the paint, wanting to be in control. I mean, it's like in real life. That can stop us from being successful and being creative. So today, let's shift from expecting a perfect painting, a perfect outcome, to joyful exploration of fluid art. Let's do this. To really show your personality, your style in a painting, you kind of want to have some kind of intention before you start. In my case, the intention was to splatterblow. I wanted splatters. I wanted to have an abstract piece with certain colors and also negative space. That's my starting point. But I'm also using the magic of fluid art and the mind of the paint by itself to change my intentions or to give it a different vibe. I am open to change things. I'm not gonna hold on to my intentions, and the paint will help me with that. Expectations hold us back. They stop us from being creative and see real chances or opportunities. Letting go and being open to new things is not only a good thing for your paintings, it's also a good thing for everyday life. And here's the exciting thing. We're not only creating a painting, we're having a conversation with the paint. We are negotiating constantly. The more you know about your paints, the more you're able to talk to it. You're more able to get on a certain level with a paint and work together and not against the paint. Again, a really good life lesson here. So instead of manifesting your expectations of how exactly you want your painting to look like, set an intention. And the intention can be, I just want to have fun. I just want to have certain things, like in my case, the color choices, or I wanted negative space, or I definitely wanted splatters. So those are intentions you can work on, but how they're gonna look in the end is completely open. And thanks to the paint, it's kind of easy to do that. I'm preparing my paints here for my first splatter blow. And as I told you, the more you know about your paints, the better you're able to predict the outcome. In my case here, I did not really realize that my paints were fairly thicker than usual. You know, my paint mix is thicker than other people's mix. And especially for the splatter blow, it is actually easier to do so if your paints are thinner. So that was our first stop in the conversation. I did not understand my friend the paint here completely. So it dictated how it's gonna look like. If I realized my paints were thick, I would have known that I won't get as many splatters as I wanted to. So that's a great example of the more you know about your paints, the more you can work together. So my blow was fairly, it was kind of cool. I got a bunch of cells, but the shape of my blow wasn't, I didn't like it. Again, I saw what happened on the canvas and now I'm reacting to it. I don't like what the paint did, so I'm gonna change it. So I dipped my palette knife in Cell Activator, which is Australian Floetrol and Oxide Black by Amsterdam, mixed roughly 1 to 2 in this case. It always depends on how thick your Australian Floetrol is. So I smooshed it over a little bit. I still have a little bit of the splatters that I did before by throwing the paint on it. And for that I used the Cell Activator. I know that the Cell Activator will sink down and my Pouringmedium paints will sit on top of my pillow paint and it will grow. The Cell Activator won't grow, it will sink. And that's exactly what I want for my splatters. So I'm looking at the shape here, I don't like it, so I change it. Those are things that I can't plan. Those are things that I have to see and react to. It's a very modern way of meditation, I think. Nothing else is meditation than observing yourself, realizing when you start to think, and push it away. It's a constant negotiation with your mind. Same as what I'm doing here with my paints. So see how I changed the shape of my puddle there. Beautiful cells, I love the colors, but by changing and smooshing my paints, I will have different thicknesses within the layers. So as soon as I start tilting this, you will see that certain parts move faster than others. That again is the experience I have. I know that that's gonna happen. So there's a lot of observation and reacting, like I told you. Taking responsibility for your action is a big one too. So I pushed away my pillow paint on this part, so I'm missing the pillow paint, and just to make sure that everything is gonna flow the way I want it to, I'm just gonna add more of the pillow paint. And there's always the palette knife, you know, to scoop up some paint and to drag it out. But here I think I want to do more splatters, add something. So I just do. I embrace having fun with it. I embrace adding things if I feel there need some things to be added. I move paint around when I feel it has no belonging there. That is when I bring in my intention and my vision in the present moment, because that's the only way to talk to the paint. And then I add a little bit more blow and I run into the same thing, and I slowly figure out, oh, my paint is not moving the way I wanted it to because it's thicker than usual. So let me keep playing with this and I will see you in the end, where we talk about the dried result. there we have it. I did not create a masterpiece, but I created something pretty. I learned, and I'm not frustrated. I do get frustrated when I have expectations I cannot meet. And working with fluid paints, you always have to count in the paint's mind. The more you know about the paints, the more you can work together. And if there's a mistake you're doing, like me using too thick of paints, I will get an outcome that is more random, but only because I didn't know. Knowledge helps. I am a big fan of my splatters here. I'm a big fan of those faint cells here. Another thing that happened that I did not count in was the flocculation of some of the pigments here. You can barely see it on camera, so I'm not gonna point it out. Let go, you guys. Let go of expectations. Expectations stop you from being free. So go, grab your paints, get yourself an intention, just a small one, and work on that. Have fun creating. Do all the YouTube things that YouTube watchers do, like smashing the like button, sharing this, subscribing, all that fun stuff. See you next week. Thanks for being here. Bye bye.